Peace and greetings, everyone. This is Jahi Farr, and I'm creating this video to talk about addiction and being addicted to processed foods. I think this topic is very, very important to a lot of people. Most of the people, I'm going to say roughly 95% of the people that I talk to are addicted to food or have been addicted to food in the past, so they experience what most people are going through when they're addicted to processed foods. Me personally, I'm still in the process of overcoming my addiction to processed foods, so I personally understand what it is to be addicted to foods with additives in them or processed foods. Okay, before we go further, I'd like to define what it is to have an addiction, and using that of the Mosby's dictionary. And an addiction is any compulsory need or want for a substance that upon withdrawal from that substance causes a physical sign or symptom. So after not using a substance, be it, food or drugs or anything, alcohol, any kind of beverage, after not using that substance or having that substance for a period of time, your body shows physical signs and symptoms. Again, going back to myself, I know once I stopped eating certain foods that were very processed, I actually went through signs and symptoms of withdrawal, like I was a crackhead. Specifically going from, like cakes and things of that nature, the sweet, the unnatural sugars. I know that I experienced dizzy spells. I know that I was angry from time to time. I know that I had pain in my liver. So I can attest to definitely going through withdrawal after not using certain foods. And I have to point out that we don't see as much violence as we would see if everybody had to go through a withdrawal from sugar. It's only people don't see the withdrawal symptoms from sugars and salts or the processed foods specifically because this food is readily available in any and every convenience store, gas stations, and supermarkets. So you don't see as much withdrawal than you would see, as a person on the street and they're going through cocaine withdrawal or heroin withdrawal. Okay. So what's wrong with being addicted to food? What's wrong with it? I get that question a lot, or I hear that statement a lot. At least it's not illegal drugs. So I want to point out and I want to make clear to people that the major causes, the 5 major causes, to be exact, of the deaths, the major causes of death in the United States results from that of degenerative diseases. And the root cause of all degenerative diseases, be it cardiovascular, be it liver, be it kidney, be it lung, be it tumors or cancer in the body, comes from that of our foods, the processed foods that we eat on a daily basis. So in a nutshell, you're more likely to die from a degenerative disease at the end of the year than that of using illegal drugs or street pharmaceutical drugs. Okay, so I think that's important to understand. Okay, so what is it that addicts us to food? I think it's important to understand that it's the additives, the preservatives that are manufactured within this food stuff that gets us addicted to food. Okay, for one, it doesn't have fiber. And anything that doesn't have fiber, you will continuously eat because it's not filling. 2, it doesn't have vitamins and minerals in it. And when the body doesn't get replenished with vitamins and minerals, the body will continuously think it's not eating or consuming food. So the brain signals are going to send signals to the mouth to say, keep eating until you replenish me. Okay, very important to know that. Foods that are processed don't contain vitamins and minerals, and it doesn't contain fiber. So that's a big component of why we continuously eat. And then on top of that, the third thing that processed foods contain a lot of is that of the artificial sweeteners, the artificial salts. and the artificial sours. And these artificial flavors tend to bypass our intelligent-based brain, and it doesn't send signals to the brain and tell the brain that, oh, I'm full. You continue to eat because these artificial sweeteners continue to tell your taste buds that you're hungry. Okay, so it's very important to understand that you get addicted to these foods specifically because chemists know what it is to addict you to food. They know how to bypass the brain centers, the intelligent brain centers that tells your body that you're full and stop eating. Okay, so no fiber, no vitamins and minerals, and artificial flavors are going to get you addicted. Is what get us addicted to food. Okay, so having all of that said, getting to the main point, how do we overcome this addiction? What is the process, or what are some suggestions for overcoming addiction? It's two ways to overcome any addiction, be it food, be it drinking, be it smoking, be it heroin, be it sex. To overcome the addiction, you got to overcome two basic things. The first thing, which is probably, in my opinion, the most easiest, is the chemical addiction to the substance, specifically food, what we're talking about. You have to overcome the food chemically, and by chemically I mean overcoming the hormones that are being produced in the brain when eating a certain food, such as that of the dopamine, the oxytocin, the endorphins. You have to overcome those hormones. Also the emotions. You have to normalize your emotions. And the third thing that deals with chemically overcoming your addiction is the parasites that are in the body, the parasites and the worms that are in the body. It's important to know that every person that eats meat, you're going to have parasites. It's guaranteed that you're going to have parasites and worms in your body. And just like any parasite that grows in the body, it demands you to eat certain things, specifically more sugar, more sweets. Okay, so when you're craving for more sugar and sweets, it could be the emotions, but also the parasites that sit inside of the intestine. So it's important to know that. So going back to how do we overcome the addiction chemically? Perform a fast. A fast is a great way to excrete the parasites out of the intestines. It's also a great way to normalize your hormones. Okay, in addition to performing a fast of just water, you can also perform a fast of vegetable juice, not sweet juice, not fruit juices. Again, the fruit juices will feed the parasites in the body. Vegetable juice will help to excrete the parasites and things like that out of the body. Also, herbs, taking herbal tea or herbal capsules will help the body to normalize the hormones, so as though you're not imbalanced. You're not overly producing endorphins when you eat. You're at a balanced state, so your body's holistically producing hormones. Okay, you're not urgently or compulsively urging either sex or food or alcohol or sleep or things of that nature. Your body's sleeping when it needs to sleep. Your body will begin to eat when it needs to eat, and your body will have sex or yearn for sex when it needs to yearn for sex. So it's very important to understand that to overcome the addiction of food chemically is to perform a fast, either water, vegetable juice, or herbal teas. That will greatly help you to normalize your hormones within the body, and that will overcome the chemical addiction. Okay. The second phase to overcome when overcoming any addiction is the habits. Now, again, in my personal opinion, habits or habitually overcoming an addiction is by far the hardest. And it's the hardest because you develop these habits over decades. You know, most people were given sodas and given cakes and pies and cookies and Skittles when they were, 3, 4, 5 years old. 10, 20, 30 years down the line, you still eating those foods. Your body habitually depends on those foods. And your body, when they eat those foods, has a nostalgic reaction, and you remember certain situations in your life that just makes you feel good. So I'm still at that phase of overcoming my addiction habitually, because it takes 10 to 20 to 30 years to create new habits, okay, and then again reinforce those habits, and that's how you will overcome your habitual addiction, okay. Some additional recommendations for overcoming the habitual addiction to foods is, number one, pre-plan your meal for today. Write out what you're going to eat per day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For breakfast, I know that I'm going to eat a cantaloupe. For lunch, I know that I'm going to eat a raw salad with probably some apple cider vinegar and some olive oil with some cayenne pepper on it or something like that. For snack, I know that I'm going to eat some almonds, some pumpkin seeds, some peanuts. For dinner, I know that I'm going to eat some quinoa or some brown rice with some steamed broccoli or something like that. Pre-plan out your meal for today. That would greatly help you to not, slip up. Secondly, also give yourself time to, have a binge day, a day where you can celebrate what you're overcoming, your addiction. Okay, give yourself time to, still go out and probably eat some French fries or something like that. Don't be hard on yourself. You have to be patient with yourself. And three, just know that this is not going to happen overnight. Overcoming this addiction is going to take time. It's going to take support. So, hey, just give yourself time. I will also post a video after this with different herbs that can help a person overcome their addiction chemically. And it's five basic herbs that will help a person out. You can get the herbs pretty much from any Whole Foods store or something like that. Herbs, again, will greatly normalize the hormonal structure of of any person's body. I think that's it. Like always, all questions, comments, concerns are welcome. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Bye.